Welcome along, my name is Eddie and this is my vlog, and today is May the 16th and we're heading back to the farm from town because we've just recently picked up a lime spreader and I popped down to town to get some lime for it. We haven't got any bags or anything. We went into town to fill up from a place where we can get lime from in there. Yeah, we are heading back to our field for that. And my reasoning for this is because we've been doing some soil testing. We've been making sure the farm is all good and everything. I actually only found one field has a problem at the moment. One field doesn't have the right balance of pH. So we'll be doing that. I was going to be seeding this field today, but I don't think we're going to. We're going to go and seed the other one instead. And this is a field that we've got to spread the lime on first, though, because yeah, it is that fine today, but we're not going to be able to do this. So we're getting the lime in here now. Before I start, I'm going to show you guys our lime spreader that we've got for the farm. So yeah, this is an Acura 10,000. It's a Coon. It's a Coon spreader. It will do fertilizer as well as lime, but we've got it mainly for doing lime because we already have the stuff that we can do. Oh, let's see if we can. Oh, I can't get up there. Looks like our ladder's stuck. Yeah, that's seized up a little bit. This is second hand, so I wanted something that we could just do stuff with, and we're going to be needing this on here. I mean, we're going to have other stuff that is going to need lime spreading at some point, or other fields that are going to need lime spreading at some point. So yeah, it should do us pretty good for what we're trying to do today. So let's jump in here, and getting this on this field, we're going to have to leave it for a little while to settle in, but that's okay because what we're going to be doing going forwards is getting some we're going to be doing some soybean planting. We need to plant soybeans in this field and field 18. We're obviously not going to be doing this field today, seeing as we're doing the lime spreading, but we will be trying to get field 18 done. Off, come around, and yeah, I kind of wish I'd have known about this before I went and did the before I went and ploughed it. Would have been better to have ploughed the lime in, but we're good otherwise. Yeah, there we go. Got a little bit of an overlap, but we should be all right. I think we've got 10,000 litres of lime in here. That should be enough for us to cover this field. So I'm just trying to make sure it goes as far as it will, and then we'll be good. So yeah, some careful turning at the ends should make it do it. So I'm going to get this field covered, and then we're going to head up to the main farm and see if we can sort the soybeans, which, yeah, we can get the soybean planting finished today. We'll be in a very good space. One more row to go. We're going to cut this off when we start reaching the edge like that, because we'll easily be able to cover this, and then we want to go round and get the headlands done. So it's worked out quite well, this field. We've had enough lime in here to do it, so it's worked pretty well. We just need to get this last little bit on this headland done, and that will complete this. So turn that on, bring it out, and yeah, I'm satisfied with that. A couple of little patches, but this will all even out as we get crop into here, so that'll be fine. Just gonna bring that round there, turn it off, and position myself back. Need to give this tractor a good wash as well, so when we get this back to the yard, we'll go and do that. But I'm expecting that after our first year here, looking at the pH levels on our fields, I'm expecting after our first year of doing crops and things on here, that we're probably going to have to do lime on several fields. Their pH level, as I said, at the moment is good, but I think that going forwards, it's going to need to be we're going to need to rebalance it, especially once we've got a crop or two done. So, and this field actually has been our most troublesome field. We've had to do the most work to get this one ready for planting and doing everything, which is why we've ended up doing end of year soybeans in here, just because we've had to do more work than most others. I'm going to have to turn around and come back though with some of these bits. Yeah, I'm going to make sure we get a good coverage on the whole field. A bit of care there to cover that one and bring this round. And just head down here, clear this one, and yep, so that patch there and this patch here. That then have us done. Perfect. That is the field done. We're not going to be, I know I said when we started this we can get the soybeans planted today, but we can't. We need to give it a little while for the lime to settle in, hopefully get into the soil a bit, and then we can come with our kit and do that and get that sorted. This we need to get under cover, so because we do still have some lime in it, I believe. We've basically got a spray shed over here. We'll have to get one of the other tractors and get that out, I think. Let's reverse this up. There we are. Turn the light off. And head into here. Really, the only tractor I have down here to move stuff about is the... Don't really want to be shunting stuff with this. We'll have to go and drop the back off this. Be fun. Sometimes, yeah, you just have to shunt things around the yard. There's not much you can do about it. But if this is, I think this is basically going to be our spray shed going forwards. I'm trying to sort of work out where to put everything. There we go. And certainly the sprayer should be in here. Probably our solid fertilizer spreader we've got there should be in here. But and the reason why I should say that we are not getting rid of the rear mounted one there is because we don't have the care wheels on the lime spreader, and it's not possible on that one to put care wheels on it. Right, let's see if we can get this in the shed of the harvester. Which again will be fun. Although actually, no, I don't want to do that. We're just gonna put our trailer. This yard is great. This is basically our agricultural yard, but it's yeah, it's smaller. Than the other yard. Let's bring this over here. As I said last time, we still had some wool to shear, and you can see there we've continued working at it. 2 more full pallets of it to go with our 5 pallets that we already have, so 7 pallets up at the moment. Let's jump back in here and get this. So the trick now is that we got that there, so that's going to be in our way. We've got the other tractor down the other way, so that's likely to be in our way. But we should be able to get this into place if we get the turning circles right, and that's the difficulty. The thing with this tractor is that its biggest strength is also one of its biggest weaknesses. It has got a very, very far forward turning circle. So it can swing round fairly quickly, but at the same time, it means it is a very long vehicle to turn, which in itself can cause you issues. There we go. So all that is connected. We can get this over to here and give this a clean, I think. Actually, what I might do is, because we want to get the trailer out of the way, let's connect this up to the 3 points so that we can move this. So I basically want to keep the stuff like this. Just lift that, there we go. To keep the stuff like that nice and dry. Well, I mean out of the elements. Obviously we're doing some cleaning of this tractor at the moment, so there's plenty of water around. But yeah, I want to keep it dry as far as keeping out of the rain and things like that. And I want to do that with all of my fertilizing and lime equipment, especially the lime. The lime, if we don't keep that out of the rain, that is absolutely going to cause issues. Right, let's bring this in here. It's getting quite crowded in this shed now. I think one of the things we might have to do is build a spray shed or something here. There we go. That. And then we can put our nice clean tractor back in the shed, out the way. I still need to figure out. The thing is, we might have space to store that combine up at the other yard, up at the other shed. And, yeah, we might have to move things about a little bit. There we go. Now we can get this tractor reversed up. And this Bailey trailer, I can go out the back here. Might be worth putting another lean-to or other shed or something around the back here. Basically, I'm looking at ways for me to improve and make changes to the farm at the moment, because, yeah, eventually I think we need to. I have a feeling. Yeah, I do. I have a plough back here. Get this. Not to back into the plough. It may also be that when we sort out the stuff at the top end of the farm, as far as grain store and things go, that our Bailey trailer might be better off suited up there instead. Very possibly. And while we're here, let's give this a wash down. There we go. Been fairly busy. Nice. Right, I'll put this back in the shed, and then I'm going to have to walk back up to the main farm, because I didn't drive the landy down here. I had a nice walk down to go and get the G 190 this morning. There we go. That's done. Right, let's turn the beacon off on that. And I'm going to head off and back up to the main farm. So a nice brisk walk back up to the farm here, and what we want is in this shed. As I said, I think this might be big enough. I'd have to check the height of these shed doors, but I think this might be big enough for us to put our combine in here. And if it is, yeah, it'd be a good place to start. I'm looking at the moment on getting, I don't think we're going to be able to, first year, invest enough to get this done as a full-blown, fully converted grain store. But what I think we can do is we can get some some concrete extensions and things, and we've got 2 bays there that we can fill up. We've got an area here that we can cordon off a little bit, and we should be able to get all of this area then sorted out and done. Got the soybeans in here, and I'm going to take this tractor out to field 18, which is down this way. I think we're about half full on fuel looking at it, so seeing as we're passing the fuel tank, let's get it filled up. There we go, filled up. Let's head back round. Start her up. And away we go again. And yeah, this is down the bottom here. So this is kind of the forgotten field for me. I completely forgot this was part of the farm. It is right down here on this bit, past our field of grass that we did. Actually, I wanted to have a look at the grass. We need to get some slurry really or something on here, because this is beginning to grow back a bit, and I want to give it a bit of a boost. This gate should actually be closed. If we can give that a bit of a boost, then we should get a better amount. We are about to do our springtime cut as well next week or so. Probably our next vlog even. We will be doing some grass cutting. Clover we won't be cutting till the summer. Ooh, that's where I want to be. So we've got that to come yet. But yeah, certainly grass silage we want to do soon. The oats are looking pretty good. It's a bit patchy in places, but otherwise good. A few weeds that I can see around this field, so we're going to have to get the sprayer out on here soon. But otherwise, looking healthy. I'm liking the way things are going on here at the moment. No big patches of failed crop, which is always a worry when you're farming another first year and you're not quite sure. So you can see last year this was I think this was wheat last year. So we're following it with soybeans this year. We're not perfectly in rotation with every field, unfortunately. I would love to have been, but just the way that we've had to do some things has meant that we're not. But this should be a decent field for this. Let's unfold, and if I can get this done today, I'll be happy. As I said, I was hoping to get all the soybeans planted, but it's not looking like it's going to be something that happens. There we go. Down the back. On, and then I want to make sure my GPS is on. Yep, good. Now you might remember when we've done some previous seeding on this farm that I've been talking about how we need to go across the slope and how we need to work with the field like that in order to prevent having trouble struggling power-wise. You can see exactly why right now, because we are seeding this field upslope. Now, this field is an oddity, and there is method to my madness, going against everything I've said so far, and that is basically because this field is a lot longer in this direction than it is wide. So from the point of view of the easiest way to farm it, is actually for us to do it this way. The slope isn't too bad. It is slowing the tractor down a bit. We do go down to about 4 miles an hour while we're fighting up the slope, and definitely go down a bit quicker. And it can be difficult to balance the amount of seed that's going in as we do it. So I'm gonna cover that in a minute. Obviously, we'll have a look at the differences in how we've been doing our how well the seed's been going into the ground. But it is just a little bit of a careful management. The computer is actually in times past you'd have had more trouble doing it this way, because everything now is managed by the computer, and the computer takes into account the speed you're going, as well as you know, bits and pieces like that. So as a result, it's still putting the seeds down at an even rate, whether we're going at 10 miles or 8-9 miles an hour, or we're going at 4 miles an hour while doing this. And you can see at the moment this is going quite even. And if we go and have a look at the spread, pick open some of the dirt. Yeah, and they're nicely spaced out. So we've got a good spacing of seed there. So if we keep going, and we get up and onto this steeper bit here, where we begin to see our speed slow down, and the tractor begins to struggle just that little bit more as we're heading up the hill. And I'm just trying to get it to a point where our speed has slowed right down to our lowest, which is about here-ish. Yeah, there we go. We have a look. And you can see, kick open the dirt again. There we go. Yeah, the seeds are about the same spacing, which is great. And we can see here, actually, we kick over here. They're about the same spacing there as well, which is when it was going faster down the hill. We obviously don't want to go too fast. If we do that, we're going to end up having an issue where it does just end up spacing them too far apart. Computer's fairly good at the slow thing. Obviously, as long as we're not going like less than a mile an hour, where it's just, yeah, then it's having a problem. But yeah, 4 miles an hour it can handle, and sort of do. We just normally I wouldn't put the kind of strain that we have on the tractor getting it up that hill. One question you might have is why are we leaving it so late to plant these soybeans? And that is because soybeans actually need a fairly high soil temperature to germinate. The soil has to get up to 10 degrees C for the soybean seeds to germinate. It's taken us this long. It's taken till May for the soil to reach the right temperature for us to actually plant them. The risk we have planting them earlier, I mean, we could have planted them earlier. The seeding period actually starts sort of late April, early May here for them. And yeah, so we could have got them in the ground then, but as I said, it's the first time where I've taken a soil temperature and actually found that the ground is warm enough for the soybeans to thrive. We're still well within our window for planting them, so that shouldn't be too bad. My biggest worry is you know, when we come to harvest them, is the harvest going to be a wet one? But I think I'm worried about that pretty much with every crop that I plant. You know, the concern is you're putting all this money in, you're literally planting your future in the ground as a farmer, and then you pray that the heavens don't open up and prevent you getting it out in a timely fashion. And that does happen. You know, sometimes you do get such wet harvest time that you don't get all crops up, and I've seen it happen to other farmers, and it's devastating when it does. So we're going to have our fingers crossed, especially for such a late harvesting crop like these soybeans. And with any luck, we'll be able to get them up. But we'll see how it goes. It is a little bit of an experimental crop, as I said. Not grown around here an awful lot. So we're going to give it a go and see how successful we are. And yeah, go from there. The other thing I've been doing recently is I've been researching into the farming a bit, because I wanted to know a little bit of the history. It turns out about 30 years ago, all of this land, everything around here, was part of a much bigger estate called Ballyrock Estate. And then it got broken up about 20-30 years ago, and into sort of separate farms, of which Hilltop was used to be the main farm in the estate, and of course somebody took it over who was who basically altered it to be a full mainly dairy farm. A lot of these fields over the last few years have been grass to support that. There's been a little bit of arable work, but that was mainly so that it was self-sufficient in as far as having things like straw. But we're obviously looking to up the arable part of it. The nice thing is that things like if I can push through here, there we go. We've got all these dirt roads here, so we've got access to all these fields off here. And other farmers, of course, farm these at the moment. But yeah, we have access on all those dirt roads and everything. And so what I'd ultimately like to do as we progress here at Hilltop Farm is start looking to reunite the estate back to its former glory, if we can. I mean, it'd be a really good challenge for us to see how far we can get with that. And sort of the same way as we did with Ballincraig, sort of reuniting all the fields that my grandfather had to sell off to keep the farm running, and getting all that back under the Ballincraig estate umbrella. It would be wonderful to get this all back under the Ballyrock estate umbrella. I would very much like to see that, and to see this brought back to its former glory, I think. This is our last row before we tackle the headlands. As we did with the line, we'll bring this up to the edge here and see if we can't just sort of do this as neatly as possible. Just engage my GPS. In fact, turn my GPS off at this point, and hopefully we should be able to just go along the top of this headland here and clear this field up, and then that will be the soybeans done up here. I do need to go and get the other field done. There we go. Back that up. Get ourselves into the corner, so we've got a nice, clean, clear run. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, get this top of this headland done. Down that side and then across the bottom of the field, and that will then have this completed. And hopefully these are going to germinate. As I said, because now we have the soil temperature at the right temperature, these should germinate in the next few weeks and start growing. Give them a bit of a boost with some fertilizer soon. I actually got a company who's contacted me, wants to try out some sort of new drone for fertilizing. So I'm going to speak to them about that. See if we can't get a trial of that and try that out over the next few weeks. That would be quite good. Would be good to put it onto some of our crops. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on how that's going. I think, but yeah, I think that would be an interesting thing, sort of a future of farming thing that we can check out on the farm, and see how well that kind of new technology will affect things and go forward. I've said many times before, you know, GPS itself that we've got on this tractor that is something that is amazing. Once you start getting to drones and being able to sit in the safety of your own farmhouse and do stuff, that then gets another level of interesting, especially for someone like me who is doing all of this on my own. You know, if I can set a drone off spraying another field while I'm dealing with cows, that is only going to up the efficiency of my farm. So we'll see where we go from there with that. I think we might need to give this tractor a clean down. It's looking rather muddy at the moment. We can I'll give it a wash down on the way back, maybe. Just get this last bit of headland. Make sure that we are properly seeded. Spit that. There we go. That has it all covered. Brilliant. So I'm going to get this back to the yard. I think I might give this a wash down. We're going to be using it soon for other stuff, or for doing the last set of soybeans. Yeah, we've basically just been using this to do all this year, but it has done it well. So I am going to leave this here, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.